I even talked to your daddy for a few minutes.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm, girl.
How you doing?
He
I mean,
he all right, I guess for the most
he
part.
talked okay for a few minutes.
Yeah, he did, and I was like,
Awesome.
oh, he had me howling, and then he said something about. He said, what was that you was going? He said, girl, he said something about I was gonna move out to Texas because me and he's having problems.
He made us.
You know what I figure maybe one of the years he heard I was coming to visit because I don't never visit. Then maybe he just drew his own conclusion because I don't never visit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's like, something going on.
Yeah.
She coming up here.
Right, and he done made me live up there and stuff. I done lived out there. Texas ain't got nothing for me. I done got a little, I already was that chick. And now I'm Yankee-fied on top of being that chick. I ain't finna put up with
supposed to say we got it together though. He doing better, so now we ain't gonna move on.
Oh, girl, I participated. I didn't say nothing about.
Okay.
Yeah, at first I kept saying what, and then I was like, oh, okay, oh yeah, okay, and I just started participating. He talking about, see now it all coming clean. You done told him we having problems. Oh, see, he's like, see now I know what it is. Now your daddy busting you because he don't know not to say nothing. I was like, boy, bye.
Shut up.
Right.
He wouldn't be my brother if he didn't do that.
I was like, get somewhere and sit all the way down. So I was like, oh yeah. He did that about a couple of things, but I know that's part of the process. It's this lady named Grandma Daisy Sims, and I actually started watching her. I was thinking about Val's mom, really, and I was like, I know it's somebody going through that, and so I found this lady named Miss Grandma Daisy Sims. She in her 90s, but her people
Grandma Daisy who?
Sims.
Oh, Sam. Oh, okay. She going through it?
Yeah, well, yeah, she on Instagram, and I guess I don't know if it's her daughter or granddaughter takes care of her, and they give her raw vegetable juices and stuff, and she's sassy, and when she go back to talk about them old stories, girl, one time she was talking about, she's like, we was she talking about riding somewhere in the back of the car or whatever. And she was like, yeah, and old Charlie, she started talking about something. She was like, we was in there, and then her daughter clearly knew what she was talking about, and she was like, Grandma, and she's like, yeah, she's like, what was you doing? She's like, what you doing? And she started hunching in her seat, talking about getting down like Cooter Brown. She's like, I was like, oh my God.
And probably wasn't doing shit.
Right.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna make this part up. This was
girl.
Right,
girl. And so, whenever she posts stuff, she posts like sometimes she'll post explanation, like she was fighting with her about taking a bath or whatever, and she was saying how how.
I think I saw her granddaughter is the one who posted about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I seen a video with her.
Yeah, so I watched them.
She was asking her questions, and she answered her ass right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she always talking about, she's like, I can't stand you. And then next minute she
hugging her.
Yeah, one day she love her. She talking about, I love you. That's why I keep coming around here. Well, you keep coming around here. She at your place. What you talking?
I love it.
I do too.
Her granddaughter,
yeah.
Operate with her stories and just treat her just as normal as you can in that circumstance.
And bitch, guess what? It ain't gonna surprise you, but Becky and them tried to call the people on them like they ain't taking care of her. They taking better care of her than any facility. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. And so I'm like, how do you think she living that long? Cause she about 117 now. So yeah. So
my granddaughter
love her. Love her and bring people to come see her. Take her where she need to go. Her life is dedicated with her grandmother. So, but it gotta be. But it gotta be somebody. So anyway, I was like, but yeah, I've been ever since my dad started going through his issues. I started watching him more loyally because I learned a lot. Matter of fact, I told this other chick. She said she posted a video of her mom. It made me almost cry because she looked like my mom. But her mom was saying her mom was just in the beginning stages, so her mom was like, I don't like that. And she was like, well, she's like, you're doing good. She's like, everybody got something. Some people get cancer. Some people get, she's like, and this is you're older and it's your thing. She's like, you really handling it real well. And she's like, yeah. And she's like, but, I don't like that. So, and it made me, right. So I told her, I don't know if she asked for references or something like that, but in the comments, I was like, my dad's going through it. I was like, but what you might want to do is follow Grandma Daisy Sims and you'll get and she came back. She was like, yes. She's like, I do. I follow her. I learned so much watching them. And I was like, yeah, I do too, man. And it makes me.
Like that she put the good stuff. I mean, because it's a moment.
She put them up there too.
Oh, she do?
Oh, yeah. When she cuss her out, when she don't want to.
Not that. I know she cuss. I'm talking about
Oh yeah.
They'll go home. They'll think they going home. Like you heard her say that's
Yeah, right. But she always there with her. She always, she always there with her. So yeah.
So that's good though. I do like that. I loved that video when I saw it. I only saw one, but I loved it. And when you start describing, I'm like, oh, I remember that lady with the goatee.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the girl taping her, asking her questions.
Yeah.
And answering them.
Yeah. She be wearing her little.
It was so good.
Yeah. She be wearing her little hats and wigs and scarves. She loved to wear her little, little Kango knit hats and stuff. And she'll be like, oh, you fast. Where you going? She like, I ain't going nowhere with you. She's like, you ain't going nowhere with me. She said, Grandma, we need to go for a while. You want to go for a while? I ain't going no damn way. I ain't going no damn. And sometimes she'll lead the way. She'll step out there and she'll tell her, she's like, take your time, count the steps. So she'll count the steps. And then she just, one today, she was looking at a book. She said seven recipes to raw or something. So she can apparently still read. And so she was like, yeah. She's like, you like that book? She's like, yeah. She's like, you can get that on, they can get that on our website. And so she's like, yeah. She's like, and she gave her some coconut water. She's like, you like that? She's like, yeah, that's some good stuff. She's like, I drink it a lot of days. She's like, you drink it a lot of days. She said she drank it a lot of years. A lot of years.
I love it.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'm going to have to, look at them when I think about it.
Yeah.
I never think about nothing on the internet because it takes me away and I be gone for too long.
Yeah, don't. Don't.
But it's okay for a couple videos. One day, the other day when Marcus was over here, he showed us a video, then T showed him a video, then I showed them a video. It was like we were socializing with social media.
Yeah.
I was like, this is horrible. I'm done.
Yeah.
Put your phones down. Get back away from the table.
Yeah.
I was like, we got to do more than that. That's terrible right there.
Yeah. Well, we gonna have to.
Okay, but it's like it's terrible for anything to consume your time.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how to do it when they. Everybody gonna have to figure out when they do what to do it when they flip the switch.
Yeah, that's true.
Cause they gonna do it.
They ain't gonna have to do shit but learn how to be social with regular people again.
It's gonna be a social. They gonna call it a social experiment, just like they touch.
They ain't gonna call it that in your. They ain't gonna let you know that's what it is.
Right.
They gonna act like something failed and you can't get online. And
Right. I promise you. I promise you.
Yeah, they ain't gonna tell you what it is.
Girl, half my comments be like, "Oh, don't mind me. I'm just here to see how many of y'all believe this." I'm just in the comments seeing how many people believe it. That's all. Go carry on. Don't mind me. I'm just saying.
Nothing to see here. Keep it moving.
Nothing to see here. Same old, same old. I just want to know how many people they got now believing it. That's all.
Don't worry. And they